can't wink as chemicals have affected my eyes. I can't even blink anymore. And something that's creepy, I think it makes me look extremely alert.
Interesting. If there is ever a co-ed staring contest, I'll call you. We don't have much call for embalming fluid anymore, so I can't offer you any. Even if we bury our coworkers outside, the zombies just dig them up.
But I ever considered debraining.
Just now.
I get it. Too much shop talk, I know. These days there are so few diversions outside our work to take our minds off mindless death, or even death by the mindless. Even occasional shortwave radio transmissions just consist of help, help, for the sake of God, won't someone help me? And after a while, even that loses its charm. We need other distractions. Justin, my Slavik's roommate, only watched Three Stooges DVDs.
The Suspicious Death.
Yeah, well, I disagree with that description. I prefer Death by Misadventure, as it sounds a lot more fun. I have a single room now, if you are interested. What kind of movies do you like? I like romantic comedies like Saw and Purge. I even made my own Saw fan fiction movie starring my roommate Justin. Perhaps I should get rid of the tape. The sound quality was really bad. I lost my first roommate in the Great Incursion of 2017.
Not to be confused with the Great Incursions of 2015 and the Great Incursion of 2016. Let's cut to the chase. I like you as a strange friend who isn't short of being a stalker. The conjugal aspect is off the table, or any other flat surfaces. I'm not into sex with you.
Oh, but I am. I mean, not with myself, and I retract the exclamation point from that last sentence. But I am as interested in sex as the next man.
But there are so few next men now. I want the right man, not the last man.
I'm willing to be your penultimate man. Put me on your waiting list as next to last. Pride is not my strong point.
What is your strongest point?
Persistence.
Which brings us back to stalking.
Oh, I've never stalked anyone. I have skulked around a bit, but that is general furtive behavior on my part. I would even give up my telescope for you. It's too foggy anyway, as my eyes exude some kind of funky chemical. I'm very myopic. I can barely see your outline, but it seems curvy. And your voice is hypnotic. It sounds curvy, too. It probably has its own décolletage.
I'll put you next to last on my list.
Yes!
Next! On to Tony and Gabby. Gabby had a lot of trouble following the former conversation, but she suddenly looks around, only occasionally paying attention to Tony. As noted, Gabby favors the long sweater sleeves past the wrist. Better to hide a fake hand. Be patient, as it will all be explained. It's easier for the ladies who dress her to just try to please her than to argue over clothing choices.
I'm Tony.
Ah,
You don't speak much. That's ironic, as your nickname is Gabby. Tough crowd. I'm gay, if you don't know. Of course you don't know. And you won't tell. And that's why I mention it, as you can keep it a secret. You would take my secret to the grave, but then a grave is just an abstraction to you. Most things are abstractions to you. I'm that way. See how they're trying to fix me up with a woman as if I'm a breeder? Still, female rejection is better than male rejection. There are not many gay guys in the laboratory. My last partner went in the Great Incursion of 2016, and I'm still heartbroken.
Ah.
Thank you for that. Pre-play, only 10% of the population was gay, and now the population is 10% of that population. You seem nice,
Ah.
but you're not my target audience.
Ah.
I like men. Not that man. Arthur is all yours. You like the strong, deadly type who uses his hands instead of deadly utensils.
Hunt.
Almost time for your next shot. Take this pacification pill in the meantime.
Tony takes a small pillbox out of his shirt pocket, opens it, and gives a pill to Gabby, but not to Arthur, who might bite off his fingers. Gabby takes the pill and swallows it without anyone noticing.
I know a lot about medicating and self-medicating. The pill is approved for only zombies, but it's my favorite. Elephant tranquilizer comes a distant second. Perhaps I'll have one too. It's 5 o'clock somewhere on Salvador Dali melted watch.
He takes another pill out and swallows it. He looks around and, since the coast is clear, he takes out another pill and swallows it too, then returns the pillbox to his pocket.
I hope somebody has given Arthur a pill. Oh, these are fast acting. Arthur can get his own damn pill.
Rose blows her whistle.
Men, move! Ladies, stay where you are.
Arthur moves from table 1 to table 3, where Gabby sits, as this also allows him to shamble a bit with the zombie's lopsided gait and perhaps do a bit of stage business as he, in passing, sniffs a slow rising Sam. Sam moves quickly from table 2 to table 1, where Rose sits. Tony shakily moves from table 3 toward table 2, where Beth sits. Beth grabs him as he floats past and leads him to the seat across from her.
What's wrong with you?
Absolutely nothing. Do you have something to lure me to my chair? I feel like I'm in the Thanksgiving Day parade. Rocky the Flying Squirrel, perhaps.
Back to Rose and Sam.
You know we can never be.
Oh, excuse me?
You are my subordinate, and it would be a conflict of interest for me to copulate with you. Actually, I just find you creepy.
I can't dispute that characterization, but you have to put such petty things aside to repopulate the world. Let me be your tool. And I mean in more than one sense. You're one of the few women available to me. I love you in leather, and I know you have low standards in men.
You are so observant. It's not so much that I have low standards in men as that I find them completely disposable after the physical act.
Not a deal breaker for me. I like women to be more powerful than me. You have always intimidated me, and I mean that sincerely.
That's the effect I've always gone for. Maybe you do have possibilities. I note from your physical that you have good sperm motility. Your sexual equipment falls within the reasonable range. As if reason comes into the sexual transaction. No sense of humor, though.
I've never seen the need for a sense of humor in science. Transaction is a pretty cold word. I was looking more for human contact, not wham bam, thank you, Sam, but I'll take wham bam, whatever your name is, in a pinch. And pinching is allowed too, but only where it won't leave a mark. Don't make me beg you. I'll do the begging without prompting. Some beg to differ, I differ to beg.
But I do like sniveling cowards.
Why? I didn't say I was a coward. People always assume that due to the incontrovertible evidence. I will not contest the sniveling. I am a top 10 sniveler. You should see me at performance appraisal time.
What is your level of sexual experience?
Self-taught, but I am ambidextrous.
I'll put you at the end of my list.
My dance card is filling up. Or is it filling down?
Next!
Onward to Tony and Beth.
I greet you as I move from speaking to the living dead to speaking to the living. I hope that made sense to you, as it doesn't to me. I was hoping to be with you.
I greet the man-loving man.
You know?
Who doesn't? Your down low isn't low enough, but nobody cares anymore.
That's my problem. Nobody cares. Cares about me.
Maybe I could fix you up.
With who?
I'm a theater buff. Did you know the lab puts on a play every year?
Yeah, but I've only gone to My Fair Lady. The brain stays mainly on the plane. I also like the musical number, Get Me to the Funeral on Time. I considered seeing The Odd Couple, but didn't go when I found out that Zombies played Felix and Oscar.
Their minimalist speaking really hurt the play. All sports writer Oscar could say was sudden death. Although, it did get a laugh from the zombies in the audience. All Felix could say was, use the ashtray. Felix had a sinus attack where he actually attacked an actor's sinus. I've never liked improvisation and blood is so hard to get out of a carpet. The zombie actors never understood method acting and a united aesthetic, an ensemble approach, or how to build a character. Their emotional and subconscious behavior was not sympathetic. They did not explore their character from the inside out, but mainly from the outside in through biting. Their inner motive was to justify all their actions with brains. Some of the audience would have left, except that many had manacles on their legs. The director was gay, though.
Was? Did they eat him?
I meant is gay. He is gay, unless I miss my guess. He's going to stay that way. Maybe you could try out for the next play. Auditions are coming up.
In high school, I played Hamlet. They said my performance was tentative. I think that's a rave review for Hamlet.
Well, it will be a Shakespeare play, albeit changed somewhat to accommodate mixed casting and our mixed audience. We will be using zombies again. If you audition for the male lead, you will have zombie competition.
What's the play?
Romero and Juliet.
George Romero directed a bunch of zombie movies. Some may not get the joke, but what did they expect? The play has zombies in the title.
The play is a little like a film, with less betrayals and more anticipated exits. I'm going to audition. Put myself out there with emphasis on the out.
Next!
Arthur and Gabby are on deck.
No! Kiss! Kiss!
Gabby pulls Arthur in for a kiss and it goes well. Luckily, Arthur does not have the dexterity to reach her tonsils, a delicacy in some circles.
Words!
Play game. Rock, paper, incisors.
No! What we have common?
Brains.
It's loud enough that Rose overhears the exchange. It's not going in a positive way, so she preemptively blows the whistle.
Ladies, switch!
Rose goes from table 1 to table 2 where Tony sits. Beth goes from table 2 to table 3 where Arthur sits. Gabby goes from table 3 to table 1 where Sam sits.
Begin!
The chicks are beginning to dig me. I'm afraid that I've got a few people ahead of you on my dance card.
Swan Lake.
Well, that's a surprise.
Dead Swan Lake? Boyfriend.
I was trying to let you down easy, but it seems you have your eye on a more homicidal guy.
Arthur.
Arthur, I have a mini laser in my pocket and I'm not afraid to use it.
What's that on your wrist?
Bit.
What?
Bit.
It's a,
Bit. Bite.
no, it's a Fitbit.
Fitbit. Good, Gabby.
You know, honestly, I did notice you through a hole in the shower wall before your transformation.
Arthur.
Yes, Arthur bit you, love it. First bite, I get that. But before that, I was too busy to talk to you. It was all hands on deck.
Gabby's fake hand slips out of her long sleeve and hits the floor. They both look at it, but Gabby pays it no mind as she is used to loose appendages. She can't even wear flip-flops anymore.
Could I have it? The nights are so long.
Gabby shrugs and cavalierly kicks her hand over to Sam. Sam looks around and sees that no one has noticed. He picks up the hand and puts it in his briefcase. He looks around once more suspiciously and locks the briefcase just to be sure that the hand is safe.
We're done here.
Well, I'm next.
Next couple, Tony and Rose. Tony is out of it because of the pills.
You won't do at all for my repopulation purposes.
You made a remark?
Yes, I was commenting that your sexual orientation normally would not lead you to impregnating a woman.
Does everybody know I'm gay?
Which apparently most do, except the gay people.
Even when Arthur was alive, he gave me long, nasty glances. He does it even more now that he's dead. Is it possible for a zombie to be homophobic? You're head of human resources. Would I report a hate crime to you?
If it were Arthur, it would be more of an 8 crime.
Not Arthur.
But you will have to take it up with the LGBTZ committee. Z for zombie. Damn, I'm quick on my feet.
How can you be when you're levitating? In addition, you're indistinct and blurry. Is your hand on fire?
Next!
Next, Beth and Arthur.
I know all about your past with Rose, but I've always liked you. Even though your lurching has made one of your buns so tight, I just don't like you that way. First, you are dead. Second, I want to have children. Third, you need a pedicure. However, I do like a taciturn man. It means he's thinking. You're such a good listener. I hope you like me too.
Brains.
Such a nice compliment. Well, thank you for noticing. Not every man does. Dating is so complicated because I am always smarter than the men I date. No offense to you. I like it when men act like gentlemen. Chivalry isn't dead, particularly by the dead.
The lights go out before Arthur bites her hand. The lights come up for the bows. The end. You want to go ahead and give him a bow? Next Tuesday at 7:30 for our full-length play reading, as well as coming to see us for Hedwig and the Angry Inch. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. Let me just turn off the camera. I was going to ask them to turn it off. I'm very serious how you did it.
Yeah, I did.